Hi guys, so this is our last day working on summaries. And so let's kind of do a quick reminder of what makes a good summary. Or what is a summary? So we said a summary is where we are retelling important facts. And so what makes a good summary? And so we talked about a summary only includes information from the reading passage or book. No additional information is added. A summary explains what the author thinks. We do not include our opinion. A summary includes only the most important details. A summary includes enough details to tell the important ideas, but not too many unimportant ideas. And then today, the last one we're focusing on is in summary. A summary includes your own words. Do not copy sentences word for word from the passage or book. So with the summary, guys, we're not just copying down a sentence by sentence. We're using that information and we're putting it into our own words. Okay, so we are going to use the passage. This was left over from last Friday, so you should still have it. If you don't, that's okay. It says summarizing nonfiction. Do not copy the passage. So it says read the passage below, come up with an appropriate title for the passage, then use the information from the passage to complete the activities on the next page. So guys, when we're coming up with a title, this is a really good practice on if you're understanding the passage and do you understand what it's talking about. So it's kind of like we're reading it and then we're choosing the topic that we're reading about by what information it's giving us. Okay, so liquid amber cerevisiae, most commonly known as the sweet gum tree, can be found in many yards across the southern United States. This tree is called a sugar gum tree because its dried sap can be used to make chewing gum. It's not a gum you would want, though. It has a very bitter taste. This tree produces a very special kind of fruit, a hard, spiky ball, sometimes called a sweet gum ball. Humans don't eat this fruit, but animals like chipmunks, squirrels, and birds fight through the prickly spines to eat the seed inside. So here's what it looks like. Many people don't like sweet gum trees because of the prickly fruit it produces. The tree produces a lot of these sweet gum balls, which fall to the ground and litter yards. Stepping on this prickly fruit can be extremely painful. Raking up the sweet gum balls is difficult. Though some people who own these trees have to pick up the sweet gum balls up one by one if they don't want them in their yard. There are some advantages to these trees, however. The sweet gum tree is beautiful in the fall. With leaves that turn red and yellow, it also grows fairly quickly. Some can be almost 100 feet tall and produce good shade during the summer. Also, the spiky fruit can keep animals like rabbits away from plants and gardens. Before planting a sweet gum tree in your yard, be sure to think through all of the pros and cons. Though this tree is very beautiful, its prickly fruit can be very annoying. Okay, so let's think of a title. So I think we can name this Sweet Gum Tree. I would just name it Sweet Gum. And let's just put Sweet Gum Tree. Because that's pretty much what it's talking about, is the sweet gum tree. Okay. So, let's see what we're going to be doing. It says a summary is not a copy. A summary is not copying the important sentences word for word. Instead, use your own words to restate the most important facts. So that's one of the things, guys, that is really important to understand is we're not copying sentence for sentence. So, not copying important sentences word for word. Instead, use your own words to restate the important facts. Okay? A summary also needs to include the most important parts. So needs to include the most important parts. If your summary has too many details, then you are probably including ideas that are not very important. If your summary has too few details, then you are probably missing some important parts. Cut out the summaries below and then glue them in the correct spot on the next page. Okay. So what we're going to be doing is we have 4 different summaries, and we're going to cut them out. So I want you to pause the video and cut these 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 out. Okay. Okay, so here I have my 4 summaries, and we're going to find the best summary, the summary that just copied sentences from the passage, the summary that has too many unimportant details, and the summary that has too few details. Okay, so we're going to read each one, and we're going to try to figure out where these are going to go. Okay, so let's look at this one first. The sweet gum tree produces a prickly fruit. This fruit can be very annoying to owners of the tree. That's it. I think this one is going to go here. The summary with too few details. Guys, that's not what... There were so many other details that were important. Okay, so they just literally just told us that's 2 things and that was it. And right here where it says the fruit can be very annoying to owners, that to me that's not an important detail. Okay, important detail is going to be the stuff that we need to know about the tree. Let's look at this one. The sweet gum tree gets its name from its sap, which can be used as chewing gum. It produces a hard, spiky fruit that can be annoying and painful to step on. Despite the spiky fruit, some people like the tree because of the shade it can produce and the color of the leaves in the fall. I like that one, and everything in there is from the passage. I don't think any of it had copied sentence for sentence. So let's put, I think, we're not going to glue it down yet, but I think this one's going to be our best summary. I'm not going to glue it down yet because we may have to change our mind. Let's look at this one. The sweet gum tree has sap that can be used as chewing gum. It also has fruit that is prickly. Animals like birds eat the seeds from the fruit. Humans don't step on the fruit, can hurt let me read that again. The sweet gum tree has sap that can be used as chewing gum. It also has fruit that is prickly. Animals like birds eat the seeds from the fruit. Humans don't. Stepping on the fruit can hurt your feet. The fruit is also hard to rake up. People have to pick up the sweet gum balls one by one. This tree can be very beautiful in the fall. It can grow up to 100 feet. I think this one is word for word on some of this. It says humans don't eat. Humans don't. Stepping on them can hurt your feet. The fruit also is hard to rake up. So I think this one's going to be, it just copied sentences from the passage. That's kind of what it did. It kind of just copied sentences from the passage. It didn't put it in its own words. Let's see. The liquid amber staphyria, more commonly known as the sweet gum tree, can be found in many yards across the southern United States. This tree produces a special kind of fruit, a hard spiky ball sometimes called a sweet gum ball. Although this tree is very beautiful, its prickly fruit can be annoying. I think this has some too many unimportant details. Because I don't think we need to know it can be found across, many kinds of special kind of fruit. Spiky ball, sometimes called a sweet gum ball. Let's see if this is right. I'm going to check real quick to make sure this is right. Okay, so we got these 2 right. It's saying that we need to move these. So this one here is just copying sentences from the passage, which now I can kind of see that. So right here where it says this first sentence is right from here. The liquid amber known as the sugar tree sugar gum can be found in many yards across the southern United States. This tree produces a very special kind of fruit, a hard spiky ball called sweet gum. So this one you can tell is just copied. So where although this tree is very beautiful, it's prickly fruit. So this one you can tell I just showed you all the sentences and it's word for word. It didn't even try to put it in its own words. Okay, so we got to make sure when we're writing summaries, we're putting it in our own words. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that one down. Okay, and then this one we said was the best, so we got that one right. And then this one is the one that has too many unimportant details. And I can kind of see that because we don't need to know that humans don't step on the fruit. You can hurt your feet. We don't need, I mean, the fruit is also hard to rake up. That's not really important to know about. People have to pick up the sweet gum balls, but one by one. So that, we're wanting to know about the actual tree. So those are just unimportant details that aren't really important to tell us the information about the tree. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do next is I'm going to have some small little paragraphs for you to read, and you're going to pick the best summary that goes with it. So remember, what makes a good summary is it only includes information from the passage. It explains what the authors think. We don't put our opinion in it. It only includes the most important information, and we don't copy sentences word for word, right?